All right, let's take a look at this weekend price action and kind of go through a recap here. So we're sitting at the 15-minute chart. What I'm going to do is kind of look at what we could jump out and look at right now. We do have a weekly bar candle close here, and we're going to kind of watch this. Right now we are sitting very on the bullish histograms coming back, everything's come up. Looking at this bar though, if we kind of dug into it, you can see a little bit going on here. Kind of have to see how things work out. What I am watching is this right here, and we had a top out candle right here on the weekly, and that was right around the 104 500 range, roughly, give or take. You can see that we basically came back up here. Before last time we came up here, we kind of broke out some of the liquidity here and then fell on down, and you can kind of see that same kind of momentum, right? We did run up and then we kind of fell back out. Now this could be sitting up for a stronger run, possibly. Something like this. So this could pull back down into this area, right? Come back in here and build this out and push on up. This was back in September 2024. It hit 54,188 is roughly down there, where it's at 200 range. So we are sitting pretty healthy. And if we were going to look for a breakout area, this was the original breakdown and breakout, if you will, on the last run. So if we were kind of using this as a zone and we just went to the end of this kind of area for a breakout, we'd be looking at just going off that weekly breakout about 155,000, 160, 150, something right around there for a breakout. Definitely a nice little above potential. So this could fall back down and kind of sit in this range. So if you kind of look at it, it may sit up here for a little bit and come back down and kind of work through here and then get a breakout and start moving up. So a key level we could look at is right here, where the last time we were looking at was right through here at 93,200 range is pretty strong. We could get a push out. We are seeing some strong resistance here on the weekly as well. So we are going to watch this close and see kind of how this reacts. Right now everything is looking pretty solid, but we are going to have to kind of go to that 4 hour and watch to see how it sets up here. So as of right now, the Stoches look pretty good, but the RSI is rolling on over. That's kind of showing potential on the bears. We also have, if we dig into the histogram, you can see that same time that this came on up and topped out and started to roll over through here and start kind of showing a topping area, if you will. This is where I'm kind of watching this as well. Because right now we did break here on Saturday evening. We lost the 4 hour on the cross. So it hasn't, you can see here on my bias indicator right now, the 4 hour and daily is still sitting bullish. But if we look at the shorter time frames, they are starting to roll over, and you kind of see this happening here on the 4 hour topping over. That's why a tool is that's all they are, is tools. They just help us get some direction and kind of foresee. But also, really, what I look at all these indicators are really for is just to help us make some more sound decisions without having to spend a lot of time trying to remember what we should look at. So this is also, like I said, just calling out to me that we could be rolling on over here. The histogram is getting stronger to come down. I could see this start to roll back and see this pull back. We'll just have to see where we could go. Right now, the 200, we lost to these key areas right here, is the 21, then we'll lose the 30, lose the 50, and then I can see it come on down here to the 200, which is sitting around 91.5, 91.600 roughly right now on the 4 hour. Now, if we jump up to the daily time frame, we could see right now, I could see us pulling back into at least the 21 area, which would be right around that 97,000 level. Then we could also pull on down to its 200 as well, which kind of falls into that 4 hour. So this could be an area. This is that line I drew here on the weekly. This could come back and see this area as well, which would put us back into possibly 82, 84. We could look at maybe this key level right through here for that kind of that main support, which would put us around that 83.4 level. We also could look at the main support is above this area. We could just come down and bounce on top of this, which would put us right around the 85,000 level. So that wouldn't surprise me if we hit these key levels. It's just kind of marking out some charts and kind of looking for the week ahead. We have to watch to see how we are topped out here. The histogram right now is rolling back over again. We already kind of saw this happen once already, and then we got the breakout that we saw and push on up, which was right in this area through here. So we were talking about it already, and then we go ahead and got the push up. Now we're getting a double top here on the weekly. We could see this kind of pull back or try to trade sideways up in here. We'll just have to see. And that's why I mark these key levels out. We'll start watching that area. So we'll kind of see how things play out. Because really we are still in a bullish macro overall, the attitude is still up on the longer time frames. We just could get a shorter time pullback. So we go down into the 1 hour. You can see it's pushing on through, slowly been bleeding out through the weekend. So we have Saturday morning right here, and then you can see the weekend kind of play out. It's just kind of started to go flat through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Slow climb, but nothing grand. And right now it's the 1 hour throughout the today has flipped bullish, or bearish, sorry, and it's holding bearish. The 15 kind of flips back and forth, but it almost is like it's waiting for the higher time frames to kind of catch up with it, like the 4 hour, if you will. You can see we've been playing with the 21 here on the 1 hour as well. So it has been holding support, but it hasn't been able to flip completely over yet. So that's something that we're going to be watching because of 1 hour. Usually once it starts to do what it's kind of doing right now, it could easily lose this area because we're bouncing. Before on Saturday morning, you still had this upward behavior, and you had the 30. Now the 30 and the 21 now are pretty much sitting on top of each other, and that 50 is squeezing in tight. Like I said, this is like magnets. They want to pull each other together, but yet once they're together, they want to push each other away. So we could see this get up in here and quickly lose this area. Going down to the 15-minute, you can kind of see that same behavior. If we go back into Friday night, we had to see how far the 21 was from the 200 here. You were seeing all the moving averages on the 50, 30, and the 21 kind of fight through here. And we kept coming down. And right here, it kind of looked like we were going to lose it here Saturday afternoon. And then it fired back out, kind of played back around, used this as resistance again, pushed back through. And again, we keep coming back to this area. And now you can see that now you're getting all the moving averages starting to collide. So you're getting the 30, the 50, the 21, the 200 now. Would not surprise me if we start seeing this breakdown, and we should probably start seeing that on the lower time frames as this starts to happen. So you can see we're having a harder time fighting with the 5 minute here. That's kind of getting a seesaw effect. And it looks like this run up here that we saw right at the end of the Sunday afternoon weekly close, we had a little pop run up, and then now we're starting to kind of break back down and lose these key levels as they originally were support. So we'll have to see how it goes. So with the 15 minute, if we want to look at trades, I'm just going to spend a little bit of time on that attitude for Sunday and what I look for. So you can see that right here I have these two lines, the green line and the red line. This is the first 30-minute candle. So the 7:30 candle is right here. You can see it down here on the bottom of my chart. We marked that and the bottom of the 7:30 and this 8 o'clock candle. So here's the 7:30 candle right here for the green, and then here's the 8 o'clock candle for the red line. So you kind of give us an area of support. Now, the reason why it has this break D in, that's the breakdown. So basically it just means the candle broke out of this area. In my case, this will throw an alert on, tells me that this is happening, gives me a chance to look at the charts. And what I want to see is two candles. So we break down the close, and here's the first candle, second candle. Doesn't mean I'm going to jump in the trade. When that happens, I'm going to look for the back test. So if this back test happened, I would be jumping and looking at this trade. I'd be looking at getting in right here on this candle right through here somewhere. I could wait for more confirmation here on the breakdown of the 21. And then typically the best place to put the trade, or the stop, I mean, is right above the 30 minutes support area, or resistance area in this case. And then I'll just go out to like 1.5. It's typically a good trade. Now I could trade it out further if we're in a more of aggressive day, like a Tuesday trading. On the weekend, I wouldn't ask for a whole lot. And you can see that that's basically what you got, perfect trade, right? You would have got in here, just get out here quick, easily 1.5 to 1 trade. Now, this is why I would have got out, because you can see that it's been fighting in here. And then now you got this run back up. This could be possibly another re-entry. If I was going to look at taking this trade again, I would have done that same attitude when it started to break back down. Then in this case, you could have taken this area as it rolled back over if you wanted to. This would have been a little bit more of a risk trade. So you could have also put the trade back out where it originally was, and as well just put it as a 1.5, and you could have just got it again. So really, if you looked at this trade on Sunday, you could have taken 2 trades here by using what I'm just explaining to you, the breakdown of the 30-minute candle, and then the back test, and then the back test again, and got it down. This is why I always say take your money. Don't get too greedy, because you can see this is trying to break down. That's what it's been telling us. You can keep seeing this right through this histogram. It keeps kind of fighting in this neutral zone. Same with the RSI. The longer time frames now are getting closer to being more exhaustion. This shows that it wants to at least pull back into a nice little healthy zone for us. So I am watching that. And if you're going to take shorts, they're going to be quick, because you're going to get this chop and whipsaw a lot of people talk about. And that's kind of what you're looking at here on this weekend. But that's why, and also you're on low volume. So like I said, 1.5 is a good trade. Now we could blow into the 5 minute real quick. Kind of already gone through looking at price action and looking for trades and looking at some key levels that we could find for support here. You can also use the 5 minute 21 is a very strong indicator for this. So you can see it lost up here inside that 30-minute candle right here. The lines are sitting on the chart. You can see that it lost that level right here in the morning. We lost the 30-minute, actually came back tested right here. Then we went ahead and lost it. And this is, I'm just pointing this out because this is your breakdown area here on that 15. And you can see it lost this key level as well. And then we came back up and you can see it also lost the 21 again on the 5 minute, which is a good time for push down. This would have been your confirmation again for this to fall on out. And that would have been about the end. Now, for it to come back up, I would not be looking for this to break back up for myself. If you were looking at trying to trade a little tighter, you could look at this area right here. Here's your breakdown, right? You got into it. Then it came back up and bounced on this 21 right here and started to come back up. You could have looked at that as opportunity to possibly get into this area of a trade if you were looking at trying to get this upper area. But the 5 minute is the reason I'm looking at this, because it also can be your exit area. Right here would have been your exit. And if you're going to take this breakout, here's your back test, right? If you got into it like we were talking about, you would have got in right here, and then right here is where you would have got out again. So I'm just showing you that just so if you were trading it yourself and wanted to go for a long run, say you went to a 3-to-1 and it didn't get down there, I'd come back into your 5 minute. And this is a good reason why I trade this way, to see how it broke up and broke down and then give you enough room before it fired again to take advantage of this. And you would have got out roughly at the point 1.5. So regardless, if you just wanted to get a quick drop, get out, right? Or if you did stay in, you could have got out right here. So anyway, that is some quick way to take trades. You can also look at the same thing happen on Saturday as well. The same opportunities were set up and same breakdowns. You can use that 30-minute candle to your advantage. And then this is why I look at the longer time frames to kind of get the overall macro micro behavior of the market. So the slaw list last week, you saw the reason why we kept running up, because the macro, the 4-hour daily had a strong up behavior all last week. And now, and so did the 15 and 1 hour. And I can see things are starting to rotate. I'm really watching this 4-hour here. If I start to see it flip, just like we see these other time frames, then that's a good sign that we can see some stronger push. And I'll start looking for those stronger down levels back down to what we were originally talking about. We'll just have to kind of see how this week goes. But we'll go ahead and go from there and get a recap on Monday and show that details as is. Hope you guys had a good weekend and Mother's Day, and we'll be talking to you soon. And have a great week. Thanks, guys.